Dragons are a fan favourite creature in any game, but within Arcus Via their days are numbered. Their chroma supply is low, and they are doomed to turn to stone. However, there are those who have grouped together, ready to take on the Drakes and restore their paradise in the sky to its former glory. But who exactly are they? Well, it's time to find out as we dig deep into the dragons known as the Draco Defenders. The Draco Defenders is the name given to a large group of dragons in Arcus Via. Led by Darnacusk, who is the last elder dragon in the region, they raid the Drake's nearby outposts for supplies and ferry the last traces of chroma to the dragons that need it. Without a source of chroma, a dragon is doomed to be turned to stone for eternity, a fate that Darnacusk accepts and is prepared for. He believes all dragons are of worth and likely does not use any of their precious chroma supply. Darnacusk is without family. His son, Crankor, was the last dragon to die in Terraplanum. Slaughtered by a Viking tribe, soon after, all realm portals apart from those to the Planum were closed. I'll assume that portals to the Planum were closed sooner due to a certain troll shattering the realm, but that's a story for another video. Darnacusk places his trust in Tengri and Ignis. He mentors the young Tengri to be the next leader for the dragons when he eventually turns. Tengri is a powerful ice dragon with a gift for leadership, learning all there is to know to become a benevolent leader. Skills he learns will no doubt be put to test, considering the rash nature of dragonkind. Ignis, on the other hand, is a fire dragon and Darnacusk's trusted lieutenant, in charge of training the younger generations of dragons. Whilst he may seem intimidating, he's a big softie, especially for the hatchlings, which brings me perfectly onto Materno, the mother of the hatchlings you see in your decks. Materno is very protective, so think twice before launching an attack. You'll have to go through her first. Now, dragons can be divided into three categories whilst growing up. Hatchlings, newly born, or I guess newly hatched, need to be tended to constantly if they are to grow into whelps. Whelps are discovering the world, and as such are mischievous little creatures. Once matured but not fully grown, they are called fledglings. These understand their powers but can't fully control them. Once fully grown, they're dragons, not to say that they weren't before. Dragons get their powers from the chromatic elements, so the colours you see in the hex at the centre of a card. These being solar, flame, flora, ice and aqua. Some dragons make use of all of these elements whilst others are more specialised, shall we say. For example, Glacius Draco is an ice dragon. The Quasho Draco and Ceruleum Draco are aqua or water dragons, and Ruba Draco is a fire dragon, much like Ignis. Meanwhile, others like the Minima Draco seem to have a more rounded hex of elements. Now, that was a lot of characters, as dragons work best in packs and formations, gaining their strength in numbers. It's always easier to go into battle with someone watching your back. The Draco Defenders occupy Draco Temple, defending it as it is the last standing temple in Arcus Via, making use of their abilities in the elements such as ice and fire. Locations we have seen in said temple include the Great Cloister, the monastery nests which are used as lookout posts, and the Mirror Sanctum, in which the waters that make up the floor possesses magical properties and can create reflections of the other realms. We've seen Materno use said waters in one of the short stories created by Rebecca Gray to revive an Impundulu using the Dray Dragon Pendant, which is an artifact imbued with flora energy, granting the wearer life-saving abilities. By the way, you should check out these short stories on the Achroma website. Whilst on the topic of draconic artifacts, we have the two Aureum rings, being the Ring of Fire and the Ring of Ice, imbued with the breaths of a fire dragon and an ice dragon respectively. It's clear that if dragonkind is to prevail against the Drakes in Arcus Via, they need to reunite with the other survivors spread across the region, and also need urgent help from their smaller winged friends in the Planum.